side. And right now I'm here with some hard facts for you till 7 p.m. My name is Itodo. And that's over to the full frenzy team. We'll be here to give you some time. But right now, let's get into some hard. Happy new month. It's November. So I hope that you're ready for everything that comes with the new month. Set those goals you want to achieve. Want to the end of 2023, but hey, no pressure. Go at your pace and ensure that you are having a time. We'll start with the roundtable today. There is making the rounds in Nigeria, as well as get your input. You can live on YouTube and Facebook at 9 Info Abuja. You can also share thoughts on the water platform as well. We're not streaming live, but you can consider that Nigeria Info AJ Doug is here. And he'll be until a little past 4:30, sharing his sense as to what's happening in Nigeria. Not really dramatic week. Welcome, Dr. Majeed.
Thank you very much.
Good to on Wednesdays.
Good to be here too.
It's interesting. I look forward to it's going to be here. Have conversation. Well, how have we been so?
Like Nigeria.
Yeah.
So
dramatic for you?
Well,
from Rivers to Kogi.
I mean, as if
there's so much happening.
So much happening. They just a span of days.
Yeah.
So
the police is sharing why it shot at the governor of River, Governor C. Fubara. Now, the River State Police has explained how the attack on the governor, the protest at the State House of Assembly complex on Monday occurred. The commander not deliberate, adding that tension behind the water cannon and tear gassing the protesters and to ensure the protection of the governor from the Analyst who were causing mayhem on the premises. Now, by the spokesperson for the state's command, Iringe Koko, on Wednesday, it wrote on that statement right now, following receipt of criminal intention of some armed group of persons at the River State capital, House of Assembly on Monday, October 30th, recalling the previous case of arson on the state prior, which is currently being investigated. Deputy Commissioner of Police, charged operations, armed police operatives, which personally supervised in order to ensure the protection of lives and within the State House of Assembly and its environs. Give various reasons as to what they were doing. Safety of the governor. Now, the policeman presence of the governor at the scene were surprise and shock as there was no prior come to police on the visit of the crime, which ordinarily is equal and complementary that will come for proper safety considering the intelligence of at hand at that point in clear excuses as to what led to the governor being harmed because coming in good time. But the job happening in River State, we had yesterday was a meeting of which the says and the current governor were both in the same space. They shot with quite sneak pictures. Your thoughts. First of all, on the excuse, give my please, and then the drama happening in River State.
You should always give I'm saying excuse to the outside of the story. When such actions are later, so they're gonna allege that the police shot him. Thankfully, we didn't get him. He's alive as well. Thank God there was no love left. Not just for her. Really explain that look, we saw a crowd of trying to disperse them because of the they have about attack on got facility and process in front of the raising down of the State of Assembly building. So in all options and all that, it's for them not to draw a conclusion about why the police has duty to come to say no, you are not. It was simply a case of miscommunication. So that's just that. But of course, it's just part of the unfolding drama in River State between Governor Week for that and the governor Simpara, the god of
the godson. But is it possible that he's lost that?
So for me, it will seem as though Simpara was just inaugurated yesterday as a governor. He wasn't inaugurated fully on the 29th of May. I think he became governor yesterday, but then he was still
the energy just switched. I think he had enough.
I had him speak out publicly. His first start, they were not addressing the people or listening the alleged attempts to impeach him just for the first time. I mean, probably didn't hear him speak, him saying about himself or what he was saying. They got him, but his God fell. Now, even as gone, not really, I'm not listening. I'm not really about his president. Maybe I know, from River State there. Just not to attack the governor. Something keeps making me wonder why politicians in Nigeria don't learn lessons from their experiences, their own experience. Since 9, and this is 4 years later, right? It has become a proven fact that really God has got some particular concerns, installation of governors, outgoing governors, do not beyond the agreeing day. There are instances where it has got so that the person ends up destroying the God for everything. We saw what happened in Enugu State, for example, Rocket Namani, and the anointing as dog, Suleiman Chime. We also saw what happened recently in the state governor and his predecessor and godfather as well, Governor Shomole. We've seen it in Kanobi and Congress. We've seen it across culture. I mean, there are too many examples of them. We saw between Saraki and Governor Lawal in 1992. Yeah. We saw again between Saraki Jr. and Saraki Sr. in 2011. So even if you told you, there's a very high probability that he will be allowed to you. So it's a bit that I saw governors in 2020 to install successors. Knowing that this is one of the most unprofitable legislation of Nigeria for the Republic. The business price of deployed resources, manpower and everything to install a preferred candidate. It does not the installer.
Now, one thing that the reason why you're installing someone, you want some specific work from you is so that they can continue. It can be the direction of your legacy to achieve more of that.
That's to the people of the state to decide. What tells you your achievement is satisfied with. So for that to be true, you to allow the people to vote. So you to allow democratic processes within your own party to throw up the candidate for governorship. Support candidates, but that should be limited to democratic practices. That is, you don't impose, you don't use subterfuge, any democratic means to throw up a candidate for the elections. Because not the best. So the best place you can live as a governor is to own good governance. You can install where you live, install is to install good governance, the culture of governance. So you become a beneficiary of the things you've done in the government. So if you improve security, if you've improved the public health care, if you've improved the welfare citizen, you have invested in the economy of the state, that becomes very viable. So that even you can and make profit as a governor with necessarily good for contracts. That is the best thing managed for them, not your successor. While you are with the report, that is, if you feel that among those intending to become your successors, that's what you are defining what it takes to move the forward. You can, but what should be limited to the tenants.
So William says this of River State. He saw that Fubara would be a good fit.
Well, how did you go about destroying Fubara? For example, he fought almost about the contest. He particularly bullied or got the working committee to make sure that everything was queued for us. All this is done. Otherwise, it was substitute on the line. It has proven time and again that it is an unprofitable enterprise, an unprofitable venture. Not only not profitable, actually incurs losses for you. I'm talking about River State. I expected that if the likes of the man didn't have this experience, the likes of Saraki Jr. and Rakisi didn't have before because they were largely part of the early of the Fourth Republic. If, for example, the Shuman was okay, maybe there was something wrong with the father God's relationship and some other things that he could call in a for the same part. This to the Ganduje and other sort arrangement across the country. Do this, not ignorance of experience, only how it goes bad. And that's by 2020, the government have stopped these practices.
No, your tenure, you just
allow the people of your delegates, the democratic to decide your successor. And nobody River State. If you are talking to because why you can say this is not the best way to do it. That's about reality. But now talking about the point with this expected Governor Wiki to have learned a lesson or two from Governor Gokashin in the relationship meant with his successor, Governor. You see, I think we could have understood, look, what a governor. You're powerless over him. Or the same power you had with which you used your resources to make him governor. It's that same power he's having now. You can only hope that he remains done for him enough to defer to you where he feels he needs to. But where he feels he doesn't need to defer to you, he decides to be a man of his own. The best you can do, the wisdom you can have is either of two things. Either control to him and become his flow and declare him your leader and behave to him how you are going to, even though he was trying to be successful. Yeah. Don't bring back to that position. He becomes your leader. You come down stoop for him where he stood for you, where he was. He also needs to be sure even though he is an ordinary man. Or if you feel no longer interested in politics, he has betrayed you, you stay away and retire. But and your time
to be politically relevant in that state, and one of the reasons why you want somebody who will be able to give
because
opportunity
of that
to express yourself.
I'm making this recommendation. That is, you must understand that you don't share the power with you that he desires. You cannot.
Right.
You can't. I don't know. When I look at it from the surface and say, it's ingratitude. It's no how Nigeria politics works. It's not true. See, in the process of getting a governor, I'm not going to you as a candidate. Most people are part of deception. They know what is going on like. People. They are people that are very loyal. People that are loyal to the point of being dumb. Think for themselves and not think through what governor thinks. You know, you have to come across as some installed and controlled. Now, through this, candidates themselves will have dehumanized themselves without which they are not. Just stoop low and to conquer him and gain his confidence. Enough for the outgoing governor to install him as a successor.
Let's go to the break. We'll come back. We'll have you land on that point. You can join via the WhatsApp platform as well to share your thoughts. On YouTube, we're live at Nigeria or Abuja.
Athletics with security.
Let's talk about the biggest
made of trustworthy.
This is info. This is Nigeria info. This is Nigeria info. It's Nigeria info. This is 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 Nigeria info. Nigeria Evening. This is Nigeria Evening. This is Nigeria Evening.
Small man like good that show loyalty only. That's what like. So it makes you not have true loyalists. So when they have into power, what thing gave them that authority, that power? It's not you. It is their level of subservience. That
So they've deceived you in the
what most of these governors don't understand. And if you are close to somebody, what they have to go through in a way that is bitter, they're always very bitter. That's why we must stop. And again, there have been so many that have gone under that don't know in the public that they know. They must have known how to go. What the eyes had to see, what became the preferred candidate. They owed their emergence to did not what the government Nigerian politics works. Why for 1991? So in case of Zulu and Kashima, she doesn't understand that one. Either I thought I had to get power. I don't expect him. That can survive him. They had problems. I will tell you, they had a lot of issues. One thing is the same way that we are. You say for governor, they know all the posts. Now this one, most of them will now come and take over the person. Tell him things. I'm not sure. The first thing your own supporters will do is to make you fight to try to have the control of the government. Actually, you are looking for loyalty. Once you show the government, the same thing you show them. It's like a character show among all of them. So he begins to fight. So everyone wants that to happen. We can have our own space to our own arguments. Another government did to their persons. It's normal within them. So let him understand it. How they fall in that example. Remember because of reason. He was governor, he saw Kashim, and turned the state as governor. And came undermine him quite emergency, major force in Blue State. And so he learned from his experience. You know that no governor will accept to be bullied. So what he stooped to low, he knows his own way. There were issues, but he was not stay calm. And began to address the man he thought as governor. As Kashim addressed it up to the point he became vice president. Zulum to be more comfortable. And maybe the goodness in Zulum, maybe the general nature of Zulum too. Also, maybe look like, okay, this man has shown enough for even boss. So let me also by myself. Today, Zulum is the second time governor. Kashim is vice president. But he's so unnecessary. Party chairman. And he had to come that position because the man he made governor is just getting his word to explain also. So I had expected Wike to the same power he derived in the governor of university. It's the power that's disposal of Simfubara now. You have to fear. You have to bow to that power. But you must stand aloof and allow him.
Maybe respect the power.
That is, you have to defer to governor and lead the party station official. I'm saying the government to survive this whole arrangement so that whatever little the man having to give to you based on respect, hold to it and pray to God you relevant. So that relevance you're looking for is in how well you manage this man. You can impeach the governors by way of hand. Is it about do you know what? See, this government, even governors of rivers, many people like Odi, people like Wiki, super governors, we are the most important governors in their passes. So election cycle. And guess what? All the execution that Chief faced in the alternate administration, you couldn't beat Chief because he's governor of rivers.
So that's a power.
He has enormous. I mean, it's difficult to impeach rivers governor. Put a that can just bland talk and plus governor of rivers with him.
Even if they do something wrong.
No, I'm talking about within the depths of this conversation. This strength, power, and because the most resources available to him makes him one of the most powerful governors in Nigeria, if not the most powerful. And that money decisiveness of politics. Governor of rivers is someone you cannot impeach sitting governor when you study him. Even though they should have known otherwise because throughout the federal government couldn't impeach the federal government. They could not. In case of for 8 years because he's governor of and they came to the ruling party, for example. But survive and brought down the party, the ruling party, the opposite PDP. We came one of the PDP lost his life, for example. That's the most power that comes with the buildings. It is the power that Simfuba is having now. Understand this? As you know why? That which he fears going to lose, which is irrelevant. Except that time must be an evangelist, to be a reference point. Which has lost already.
That is it.
That is except for to say, okay, this man actually helped me to make. It was his own overhead attitude that led him and impeachment and fought back to. But even that, I still want to give him the press and relevance. I want to record with him genuinely. He decides now. Wike's school for is only time. So it will be he cannot relevant the IC of Simfara. That's why we should not matter the pressure. This should have been patient. It's not standing to patient. It is you as a power. That's the patient demand power. Because every person was patient with power. No, there are no more powers available to power the pause. Or Nigeria's most well distance.
All right, let's talk about right on YouTube and jump on to our next story. Ibrahim says, God bless you to Majeed and we're live from in Oyo State. And on Facebook, the political crisis in River State for states unacceptable and counterproductive. It needs to be reseated to save our democratic process. God help us. Also, from Amangunze. Happy New Month. Thank you for joining the conversation. And on Facebook, or more like WhatsApp, Happy New Month, boss. That is from who? I see you can respond and include your name to the message. That'd be great. This one from Oludade Abiodun. Nigerian politicians some they can be very funny. This one from Hafsat. All right. The whole consults by their godfather is a sign of a polity working. This has never ever been part of the culture as a people. From the battle of political godfathers and God is that the polity and by extension is on the run as the battle lasts. It is the opinion that we have to get alternative to today so that our governors should face the guns for the benefit of people and the state. I blame non-evolution of institutions from our core values of Africans as the remote reason for the battle. We have to before we can get a bearing on right. Social engineer comrade sharing his thoughts. And if Fubara makes the mistake of not neutralizing his godfather, destroyed, well, that's your opinion. And the Patriot says, I don't buy that. It's not nice to hear there was no casualty. The best relevance has the people positively with good governance from that he has benefited so much from time and is what the Patriot saying. 0751000 on 080999313. Ensure that you include him and your location when you message. Let's go to our next story. Now on the day. Stop Owerri. So Imo State Capital, that least of arrested NLC president Owerri, operatives of the Nigerian police force on the national president of the NLC, Jerome Owerri, the Imo State Capital. The head NLC Benson Upa was picked up at the state secretariat of the Congress into an unknown location. Now that NLC had vowed to mobilize its mental strike in the state starting today, November 1st. State Governor Hopozadima of neglecting welfare. Dahiru lamented that many of them have died alleged lack of payment of this. He outlined the infractions against workers by Uladima, including their refusal to implement previous agreements the accord reached on January 9th, 2001. Outstanding salary arrears 20 months, unjust declaration of workers as ghost workers, declaration of pension ghost workers, and unsettled gratuities, among others. Now, according to approximately 10,000 pensioners currently labeled as ghosts, resulting in over 22 months of unpaid while about 11,000 workers have been paid by the Imo State government as ghost workers. Now, on the heels of that, the National Labour has put workers on alert for national action if the arrested president is not released by the end of Wednesday. So back and forth right there. And we know that they had to meet with the federal government on Monday. That did not hold mix up with the FEC, and that meeting's been Tuesday, according to the report. Now with that, they're trying to be what improvement have been made in stage regarding the MOU signed to follow well of the fuel subsidy. But look at what's happening in Owerri right now. Dr. Majeed?
The issues in Owerri, bit more. I would have. There was a local child of the NLC in Owerri State that react, probably protest against anomalies if indeed there are backlog of salaries of pensioners. I meet some as to why the national leadership of Nelson Imo. I did because I'm aware that the president of NLC State. Sometimes we must understand in time political is very political. We must be must do things in a way that does not indicate political or advancement of political interest. I'm saying this because I see somebody that must remain very, very neutral when it comes to such as workers because of the applications that they represent. I'm saying this so that we can be able to separate some of these in windows from working. However, arresting for things I find very high-handed until the police. Protest is a big arrest. It is country right, and the point really about maybe the local chapter of the NSC would have been the one doing this protest. I don't imagine that the NSC has to arrest protest about workers. Well, if he has the
and make it a bit more effective.
If he has the right to that, fine. Right. A general should not leave you all the time. Sometimes you have to say back so that, for example, somebody was arrested. If the local chapter president or council was arrested, I would have already out the necessary legwork to get him out. But are you arrested? So again, because from that state, foundation where this whole thing politicized, and parliament, of course, give control to the government, politicize the matter. But I to put that maybe the SC president interest this matter for political reasons. So people wanted a very important board like NLC to consider before telling us not if otherwise governors that are not really salaries. If indeed the allegations against the government is true, it doesn't give them that alibi or that facade to hide behind and say, you see, it was all political. Don't forget again that the Labour Party. So these are things that is called strategic movement, strategic positioning, so as not to get the NLC muddled up in politics. In the process of asking for the right of all workers across party lines, for example, this is my concern. But beyond this, again, it is important that the police should allow people to demonstrate or protest peacefully. I mean, I don't imagine that we are violent. I don't imagine that we are causing damages to public property or constituting nuisance. So arresting him is something that I find a little bit off. I said the police has a legit or genuine reason to arrest him, and we expect the police to come up with a statement
to explain
and tell us
reason.
why he has been arrested.
But could it be due to the fact that the National Industrial Court in Owerri issued an extended interim injunction restraining the organized labor from embarking on any strike in Imo State. So both the NLC and the TUC were further ordered not to embark on Occupy Imo as planned until the next adjourned date. So the arrest could also be due to disobeying a court order. Yeah.
Well, again, like I say, you see, Imo, for the NLC, Imo is in election mode. I think in the next 10 days or thereabouts.
Yeah, the 11th of November.
11th of, they'll be going to an election. And, before you know it, this whole thing will become muddled up. And the plight of the workers, if indeed they have been deprived of their legitimate, entitlements, rights, and remunerations, will be muddled up and lost in all of this political fiasco. That's what I'm saying. This should have been done in a way that does not begin to sound political. That's just my concern. But otherwise, we'll expect the police to issue a statement and tell us why he's arrested. Because the police has the right to arrest people, really. But we think that if it's for just protesting, it shouldn't be arrested. But if there is more to it, police tell us. And don't waste. Look, the police shouldn't waste our time. But they tell us as soon as you know you've arrested him and you know that he's such an important figure that people will raise eyebrows to why he's been arrested. But again, I would have thought that for issues that has to do with the state, the local chapter of the NLC should be given enough empowerment from the headquarters to do this. It is an institution. It's not about the personality. So the chairman of NLC in Imo is supposed to be able to go out and do this same activity on behalf of the workers without involving the personality of the national president who happens to be from Imo. So that people do not, those who might want to, so that's tarnish the entire effort he's making politically, will not have something with which to do that.
Now, let's have you also wade into the 30-day timeline given to the federal government. And if you think that in that 30-day period, there's been an improvement in any way that would maybe stop the NLC from going on a nationwide strike. But
that is why I'm worried that, look, this should have been the major preoccupation of the national leadership of the NLC. This one. I mean, these are state issues. To have state chapters, if you empower them and make them institutionally very strong, they can engage with their governors. We're talking about devolution of power in Nigeria, right? So why are you coming from above to go to the local chapters? Stay in Abuja. This is what should be preoccupying Mr. Dahiru and his fellow comrades.
Well, the meeting was suspended till next week, so he had some time in his hands.
Even at that, there are pre-meetings. By now, he should be assessing, he should be telling us if, ahead of this meeting, the government has fulfilled any of their promises. Have they done partial compliance or partial implementation of substantial or full implementation of the MOU they entered into with the government? We need to hear this. We need to have, some feelers. Okay, where are we? It's about 30 days now. So where are we on this matter? That is what the NLC at the headquarters should be doing by now, because this is far, far more fundamental and important than the affairs of a state. This has to do with, including the workers in that state we're talking about. This affects all of them. I mean, everybody in this country. I've seen the opposition parties in Nigeria have gone to sleep on this matter of subsidy removal. Only the NLC is still at least making effort to say, okay, if you're going to remove subsidy, what are you giving back in return? Because each time the governments in the past have reduced subsidy, because the government has already removed subsidy anyway. Whenever they reduce subsidy, they give something in return. It's more Shopee, remember, NAPE program.
Well, now we have the 25,000 naira, what's it called now? 25,000 naira monthly stipend giving to 15 million households for vulnerable pensioners. There's that, 25,000 every month.
Has that been implemented?
Well, it's been launched.
How about talking about launching implementation? So that's what the Labour is supposed to do, because they had a 30-day window to implement this. The wage award, I don't know that it has been awarded to public service workers. We don't know. So by now, the NLC should have been giving us like a report as to progress made or not made on this matter. So as to keep Nigerians upbeat, informed, and prepared for any eventuality. Because if you want to strike, which I support strike as a legitimate tool to press some demands, especially when the government is unwilling to do the needful. But you also need the support of Nigerians to successfully back out the strike. You have to convince Nigerians, for example, that it is in their interest that you are doing this because so has not been done. So between now and next week that they are meeting, we are supposed to be hearing reports, addresses, from the headquarters to tell us where we are and where we are not on this matter. However, again, of course, you're not position on subsidy. You see, one, I don't know whether government will be able to implement all of these things. Even if they do, it will not go a long way to ameliorate the sufferings, because you can't put something on nothing and expect it to stand. But then you are watching 35,000 naira, right? As
Yes, for federal workers.
The inflationary rate has already eaten into that so that it becomes pittance. I don't know. I saw a report on Facebook this afternoon that bakers in Abuja are gearing up for an increase in price of bread, loaf of bread.
Well, that comes up every now and again, so it will not surprise.
So between the last time we talked about wage award of 35,000 and now, 35,000 has lost value. That's what I'm trying to say in essence. Why? Because of the same issues. Any country that does not have energy security, by which I mean affordability of energy products and services and its availability, which is essentially subsidy for energy for the purpose of production, you will continue to face this problem in a manner that's akin to falling into a bottomless pit. And so I don't know why NLC, although I won't blame NLC, they are essentially a trade union organization that are after the welfare of their workers. Ordinarily, it should have been the parliament, the other political parties that should be telling the government now that we need to rescind this subsidy removal policy. And that even if some of us had said we're going to move subsidy in the past, the reality today has shown that it is a wrong thing to do. And we have carried out a study all over the world and realized that you need subsidies on vital energy products and services to keep an economy afloat, productive, and competitive.
Well, various stakeholders have applauded the president's decision on that.
And they applauded it. Immediately he removed it. But I have not seen anybody applauding it in the past few weeks or months. Now that the reality has dawned on us. I don't think anybody now, except somebody who is immune from all of this, can applaud this policy anymore. So I started hearing people saying, should have moved it, but something should have been done first and all of that. And I said, look, something wrong is something wrong. He said, yeah, for you to against it. I've been against it consistently all my adult life because I understand the impact of energy insecurity. You know, I said it often and often that, look, people are discussing something without understanding the import, the full import of energy security or otherwise. And so today, Nigeria is energy insecure. Because why? The cost of petrol, which is Nigeria's most widely used energy product for production. Again, I'll tell you, I don't drink petrol. So don't talk about consumption. I just wonder. Nobody uses petrol for party or for souvenir. Use petrol to power.
Well, one time it was used as a souvenir and your man got arrested.
Because there was petrol scarcity.
It did. Yes, there was.
Exactly. So it tells you how important petrol was. It was scarce. So people start to share for people. So I'm saying nobody uses petrol for such. I drove my car here. I'm here doing a productive activity. It was powered by petrol. The same thing with you. And your powered, diesel-powered facilities here, your electricity, these are energy services and products. And so, to make this production, to make this whole thing easier for all of us, will be to have accessible, affordable, and available energy. So if I buy petrol at a lower cost, it makes it easier for me to come here and do this work I'm doing. And whatever I'm paid for this job is enough to bring me back the next time.
Dr. Majeed, let's go on. Let's take a few calls before we go on the news break by 4 o'clock. You're going to have 90 seconds to share your thoughts, okay? So you can call 0700 951 0000. 08095974869. You can also call on WhatsApp. It's 08099930137. Ensure you move away from your device, state your name, your location, and kindly be time conscious as well. Welcome.
Hello, my brother Itodo. Good afternoon. And good afternoon to Majeed.
Good afternoon.
May God continue to bless you, my brother Majeed.
Thank you, sir.
Your friend. This is your friend, us, Sisi the good man. My brother, you see what is happening in the country, well, especially in Southeast. You see, I'm from Southeast. You see, why there is a relative peace in Anambra, Enugu, and they say Abia or Ebonyi than Imo State is because people are allowed to choose whom they lead that leads them. Unlike what we saw in Imo State. Look at that state. APC forcefully put this man there. There has never been peace.
All right.
How can number 4 become number 1? It is Adam Soshomole and the APC. They knew what they did there. Up to today, there has not been peace.
All right, Sisi.
I don't want to complain because I decided not to. But God will hear us. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it's Mr. Mohammed here. Calling.
Can you move away from your device so we can hear you clearly? Thank you.
Okay, yes, you turned it off. Yes, Majeed for president, hopefully. But I want to talk about this subsidy. It's not as though the subsidy...
Sorry about that. If you can, please call back. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Move away from your device, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome. What's your name?
Good afternoon to my Dr. Majeed. My name is Dahiru.
Welcome, Tyra.
Thank you. I actually didn't even want to say anything. I want to appreciate Majeed. And as the daughter of the son of River State, I know everything he said there is the truth. And I think that maybe should leave River's governor to take care of the state. His time has passed. He's now a city minister. We should focus all his attention there and let River State rest. Let River State breathe. And then for Dahiru, honestly, this man is the only man who...
Hello, Tyra.
Whatever. Nobody wants to appreciate him. If I were to be in his shoe, I would tell him, Dahiru, go and rest. Be like Wamba. Don't say anything. Correct your own and rest. Because this country is not worth dying for.
All right, Tyra. Welcome. Sorry about that. If you can, please call back. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
Welcome.
Mohammed calling back again.
Go ahead.
Cut off earlier. Yes. In terms of the subsidy, as I was saying, to quote the former customs boss, who said the number of trucks leaving Lagos, the number was so inflated that the subsidy that we were paying, it was just a rip-off. But if it was to be paid on exactly what we were consuming, I'm sure the federal government would not have a problem with that. But the thing was, it was so inflated, and nobody wanted to listen to what that guy was saying at the time. That's all I've got to say for today. Mr. Majeed, you're an excellent talker. So I hope...
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, bye.
All right, Mohammed, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Shout out to Odo Ugochukwu on YouTube, as well as Adesoji Adedeji watching live from Oyo State and Cotonou, respectively. Let's go to Facebook and see what you have to say. This one right here, Moazo John Lasisi. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining in. Atta Daniel extending his regards to Dr. Majeed. Sopoluchuku says, please let this cause of godfathers in politics end, please, so that the ruling governors can lead. This is very simple. That's what Sopoluchuku Daniel is saying on Facebook. Let's go to WhatsApp right now. The number is 08099930137. That's where you can send your message to, or to include your name and your location. All right, this one right here from Mr. Raw in Durumi. Okay, for your attention. All right, we'll look at that and respond to you shortly, okay? And Lukman says, one of the ways to reduce godfatherism influence in politics is by signing independent candidates law, or bill, rather, into law. While this says godfatherism is like a benevolent dictator, in case he was succeeded. I'm trying to understand what this message means. Banky, can you kindly resend so we get what you're trying to pass across, okay? And in Akwa Ibom, okay, sorry, your message has gotten stuck. In Akwa Ibom, Akpabio installed Udom, and Udom might have turned against him or even prevented him from having a second term in the Senate. Installing a governor might be a wasted venture. That's what Basi in Wuse 2 is saying. We're going to break right now. At 4 o'clock, we'll have Abuja today. And after that, we'll be back to take on more headlines and get your thoughts. Stay tuned.
Let's talk about the biggest conversation.
This is Nigeria Info.